doing? But it looks like it's all happy now. Hello, it's Kylie Bertucci, Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. How is everyone? Oh my goodness. So good to be here with you. I was actually talking to my dad. I was actually messaging him and I got a little caught up with time because I'm very concerned for him. I'm like, Dad, you better be behaving yourself. I am live, Diana. And I've just realized my light for our crafting has not plugged in. So I'm just going to go under the desk and plug it in. Hi, everyone. Oh, it's so nice to see all of your comments and your chats. 61 of you are here. So wonderful to see you. Yes, please share all your stories. Oh my goodness. Yay, we have light. Okay. Yeah, so I went to go live. I'm like, I'll just grab my front facing camera, and then I looked and I'm like, the camera's not there. Where's it gone? And I'd forgotten that Bruno had borrowed it. And so I was like, oh no, I'm going to be really late today. How are you all? Now, I know we're all in different circumstances around the world. I think some of you in the US might even be in lockdown. I know we have friends in Italy. We did when we got to go for the Stampin' Up trip, we got to do a cooking class in Italy. My mum actually got me that cooking class. And we had the most amazing time. We made our own gnocchi and we did our own pasta. And it was the most amazing cooking class overlooking the rooftop of Italy. It was just so stunning. And so because they're in lockdown, they're so bored that they've created a group and they're cooking to their heart's content. I was looking at their posts and I'm like, I cannot believe, I don't eat as well as they are and they're in lockdown. So they can go out and get groceries and come back. And I love the Italian food. Like, it's so brilliant having this group that we're in because they just cook the most simple and yet stunning, amazing food. Like, they're like, let's just make some pizza from scratch, making our own bread. What? Well, I don't do that in real life, let alone in lockdown. Yes. Oh, in the UK, you're in lockdown. Wow. I did read that, I think yesterday, because it happened really quickly in the UK from what I can hear. California's lockdown. Wow. Unprecedented time. It really genuinely is. It's the only word you can use for this situation. It's like, thank goodness we have technology like this where we can still all be together and support each other and tell each other it's going to be okay. One day at a time. People go, how are you? Just taking one day at a time. Just take today, do today. Don't escalate. Don't look too far ahead. Don't get too exaggerated with your imagination. It's like, we'll just take each day as it comes. Wow. So unbelievable. I never expected to see anything like this in my lifetime. There is no way. Yeah. So interesting. So some of the things that I wrote down quickly before I realized I didn't have any of my cameras and was running around like a chicken with no head. But I thought of some projects that we could do together. So today will be great because we'll actually get to craft together. So I want you pulling out your supplies, and I did pop up the measurements that you'll need for your project today. So if you didn't see that, you can prepare while I'm chatting about these little projects that I'm recommending we do together. So these are pretty much the 3 measurements that you need from your card templates. If you don't have my card templates, it's a tutorial and it will enable you to get the measurements in your country because all of our measurements are different, but it will help you to create a lot easier. People who get it are just like, oh my goodness, why did I not have this before? This is like a game changer. So, maybe you have my templates, and I have been getting a few emails of people that are like, I purchased your templates and I never made them. I didn't use the tutorial. So I can't find it now. So if you're one of those people that have been putting off chopping them and putting the labels on and getting them done, now is a fantastic time. That's one of your projects that you can do. Create your card templates tutorial. So I'll just pop it on here. I really like what Suzanne said. It's surreal. That is the perfect word for this. I wake up and I go, oh yeah, this is real life. And because we're in our homes and we're just doing, like, I'm trying to keep back to normal everyday life. But what is normal now? It's like, oh, I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should go to the shop. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't want to go to the shops. I'm so scared of the shops. Yeah, we pretty much have been self-isolating because we're concerned about Bruno's mum and dad, of course. I'm hoping we can see them in the next few days, and we just want to make sure we stay healthy so that we can still see them. But if we do go over, I think we'll be super, super careful because Bruno's dad's right in that critical zone. So we're so grateful to all of you who are listening to what the instructions are, because it's like people like Bruno's dad and people like my dad that those instructions are helping. Because I know some of us might get it and it'll be like, little mild thing. But for ones like them, I don't even want to think about it too much because it freaks me out. But I gave Dad a little lecture this morning. I'm like, you better be behaving, because I know what he's like. He'd be out on his scooter because that's what he does. He's so naughty. I'm like, this is actually legit, Dad. This is serious. He's like, yeah, the Grim Reaper hasn't taken me yet. Heart surgery, kidney transplant, leg amputation. Outlived them all. I said, well, you know, a cat eventually runs out of lives, all right? So I don't want it to be this one. Look after yourself for the sake of your children. So I'm just popping up the link for the card templates. Helen just asked too. I just put the link, sorry. I got on my soapbox. Telling my dad what to do. Oh, sorry to hear that, Francis. I'm glad you're here now. Hello, Cheryl. I'm glad you love the templates. Do you have the labels that we could print for the card templates anyway? As in this label or the actual labels? I use a Dymo label maker, but if you wanted to just write on there, you can do that. I mean, you've got time now. This is the time to do all those projects that you're procrastinating on. So with your templates, by the way, you can pick any color base. This is going to be your base measurement. I think it's nice to pick the same color for this layer here, because then we're going to put our Scrappy Strip over the top of that. So it's going to be like a little border over the top of that one. So yeah, but if you can do 2 of these Poppy Parade ones, because we're going to layer our Scrappy Strips over the top. Mike, my husband, is a heart patient, so we need to be careful. Yes, that's right. And you're having major surgery, Jenny. Oh, that's full on. I've told my parents not to visit as my dad's in that category too. Oh, that's nice, Kylie. Yeah, we're weighing up. We're like, do we go over? I think as long as we are making sure we do our social distancing and good hand washing and no touching the face. I think those 3 elements are the key factors, because yeah, we really want to keep them safe, but we also would like to see them too, because I know that they would like to know that we're there supporting them. You know, the elbow bump. I'll give you all an elbow bump and air kisses, but don't put your hand up to your mouth. I've realized I touch my face a lot from this. So I've started doing this like thing where I probably look like I'm really blocking people off, but I'm like holding my hands, and I was holding them behind my back because I'm like, stop touching your face, Kylie Bertucci. And we've got, I put it in my bag, but I've got like hand sanitizer everywhere. Last night I created my own alcohol wipes because there's none at the shops. I used my icicle that I have for the craft, And I put it in my baby wipes. I just happen to have some baby wipes in my craft room because I somehow ordered a pack of like this much ages ago. So I just made my own little alcohol wipes there, and I've been wiping all the touch zones. So I'm very happy for Google because I can tell her to turn the lights on and off and we're not touching light switches. But your phone, make sure your phone, you just wipe it down the back because that's, yeah. It suddenly makes me realize how germy we are. Eee! I said, oh my goodness, going to end up having like this cleaning frenzy. Yes, yes. You missed the purple posy ring because... So, projects we can work on. Stickers on our steps. I haven't been doing it because I'm like, whatever, I can't be bothered. Whatevs. I'll just keep going. So that's a really good project to work on. I'm going to slowly work through that. Even though Bruno really doesn't like the cling, he's just going to have to get over it because it's super clingy. It's like, well, that's it. We're going to have super clingy. Super clingy is better than not having stickers on, I feel. And we'll just get used to removing them. Oh, thank you all so much. I can see a few of you are purchasing the card templates tutorial. It's the best little project for you to do. And if you don't have all the cardstock, this could be a thing. Maybe you're new to Stampin' Up! And you're still collecting cardstock. Just write the name on the label with your measurements. Don't feel you have to make it that color. I love it because it's fun. So it would be nice. Ah, thanks, Ewan. 134 people. Yeah, I like it because I can see the colors straight away. But if you don't have it or you're in the midst of collecting it, that is a good option. Just to put the name on the front. Yeah, you made hand sanitizer with your craft alcohol yesterday. Yeah. My son sprays all the post. That's a good idea. Look, I'm not getting... Because I'm like, you know what? There's going to be germs. But it's just about the hand washing. I just figure as long as I'm washing my hands regularly, and if I touch the bin, if I take out the rubbish... Every time I do that, just come back in. And it's good common sense anyway. I mean, it's what I should be doing anyway. But this has been a real eye-opener for me. Even if it's just having the alcohol sanitizer if you're out. Like in the Philippines, that's what we did. We lived there for 6 months. And literally every time we touched someone, every time we shook someone's hand, we instantly would, not in their peripheral vision, of course, but we would use alcohol sanitizer because you just need to be aware. You need to be aware that you're in a different environment. Your body's not used to that environment. You can basically get things like dengue and all these different things over there that is transmitted in a similar way. So it's just being really aware, coughing into your elbow. So it's basically the fluid that comes from our mouth. If that gets back into our mouth, well, that's where the issues are. My auntie sent us through a really great list. There's this thing floating around about if you sip on water every 15 minutes, it will help the virus, or if you hold your breath. There's a few weird things going around that are not true. I asked my auntie, she's like, just go to the official government website because they send some things around. So just don't forward stuff that you're not sure exactly where it came from. I think that's really important because, of course, we're getting hundreds of forwards a day. And I'm like, oh, no, it's this one again. It's the drink every 15 minutes one again. So just be really careful. I mean, obviously, it's not going to do you any harm to drink water. That's great. But the hand washing is just, it's the biggest thing. The hand washing and touching the face. And just keep an eye on your temperature. That's what we're thinking. We're like, if we feel clammy or our temperature changes, then we're just going to make sure that we keep an eye on it, or just literally not ever leave the house until we feel better. So what's another project we can do? This one's really good for our project today because we're doing scrappy strips. So I highly recommend getting all of your scraps, all of your cardstock scraps, or all of your loveitchopit, because that's another project you're going to work on, is chopping up your paper and putting them in these amazing, like, I haven't done my label for this. I'm sorry, everyone. That'll be another to-do list. I'm so busy. I'm busier than I've ever been before. Good. Keep busy because then my brain can't escalate. But yes, you want to love it, chop it, and put all your paper in here. And with your cardstock, I'll show you what I've done with my cardstock. I've put them in bags. See there? They're in each bag with a label. And then you can put all your scraps into each bag. Now, it takes a little bit of work to start with, but once you have it set up, it's really handy. Because then you can just go here for your scraps. And especially with this technique, it's perfect. You can have it all ready to go. And that's a really great project for those of you right now that are like, oh, twiddling my thumbs, what should I do? Yes, hydration is very important, but if you were like freaking out every 15 minutes sipping water, that's not good. But yes, drinking water is great, but yeah, there's a few weird things floating around, so just be very careful what you're forwarding to people. Yeah. There, thank you, Cara. Cara's a nurse. Hand washing, keeping distance. Sick, stay at home. Yep, same with flu season. Yeah, very true. And the other thing, Latch for Dad, I can't read that one, 82. She said, I use toilet wipes. But yeah, it's just making sure, like I didn't realize, but some of the baby wipes don't have enough alcohol in them to necessarily, like you to make sure it's over 60% or something alcohol. So now Sue asked what case this is. This case is the Stampin' Up! Clear cases. So they come in a pack of 4. In Australia, the pack of 4 is $10, which is a bargain. But just have a look in your... So that might be something that you might want to collect now for your future project or project now. So, yes. And this one's actually the clear, and it fits 1 pack of Designer Series paper. So if you have more than 1 pack, then definitely get the wood. I really, really am not organized, Luann. I have Jessie and Bruno to organize me, and they've taught me a lot of great skills. Jessie did all the cardstock for me. She's like, oh my goodness, this is chaos. We need a system. So she put the system in place, and I was like, that is so clever. So yeah, it's a really good little idea to just give your craft room a good clean out. Maybe go through what's current, what's not. Have them in 2 different sections so that you know when all of this comes down, you know where you're at with your craft room. You've given yourself a big purge. You're feeling good. You're keeping busy, because I think that's the biggest thing in a situation like this is if you're not keeping yourself busy, then you're probably watching news reports, which is probably escalating your fear or escalating your stress levels, which is not good. It's not going to change anything. So keeping busy doing something productive like this is good for your whole family. Get the kids involved if they're at home. I know some of you, it's a change of circumstances for your kids, and that can be challenging for them. So just try and spend some time with them as well. Give them a project. Say, what would you like to work on? What's something that you'd like to do in your room? What's something, can you help me learn how to make a YouTube video? Kids are so clever, and they could probably do their own like lockdown YouTube video because kids just love that. They love those sort of things, and they'll feel like they've got their own creative flair happening. So yeah, just keeping busy is a really good idea. The other thing that I wanted to ask you all, and I think it would be great to share, I'm not sure which platform we can share it on, but I'd love to know what you're all cooking. What are you all making? What is a good lockdown food recipe? Because I've noticed that I'm eating way too many carbs. We're all going to come out of this 10 kilos heavier or 20 pounds heavier, whatever you use. And I'm finding it really like, oh my goodness, I've gone back to like bad habits in my eating. So I'm just really interested to hear what you're all doing for food. I've decided that omelets are a great thing. I've got some eggs in there, and I've been making like boiled eggs, scrambled eggs. I've been doing all of them, but I'm having more carbs, and it's really bad. I don't know why. I'm just like, oh, I need carbs. I'm stressed out. Give me carbs. Yes, come and make carbs with me every day. So yes, I would love to hear what you're all cooking, because I saw a really good recipe yesterday, but I'm like, oh great, it's carbs again. But it was garlic, Japanese garlic rice, and oh my goodness, it looks so good. But it had the rice with the egg through it, and I was like, oh, I'm totally gonna make that. But it is really challenging because obviously fruit and vegetables here in Australia are already going up, and so people are sort of going for the rice and the pasta and all the carb stuff. But yeah, it's quite challenging. I've got a little bit of frozen veggies, so I can put that into our eggs, and I've got a really nice lamb there that I got way before all of this happened, which is great because it's like it's going to be around for the week or so. So I'll do a lamb roast. Also, I've got lamb stew with dumplings. Yum. So I thought I'll do lamb, but actually that's a really good idea doing soups. I think soups are a great idea. I really need to do that. Oh, chicken noodle soup. Yes. Vegetable lasagna. Yeah, that's a really good idea. So we'll just have to find a little place somewhere where we can share all of our recipes. I might even start like a little document where we can write little ideas for each other, so that we can support each other through, because it is quite, you don't want to stress about food, but at the same time you're like, I gotta kind of eat too, but I don't want to be too, I think the key for me is I don't want to be stress eating, and I've noticed I'm doing a lot of that. Like we're going to the shops and buying Tim Tams, and we barely ever eat Tim Tams. So yeah, I don't know if you're all the same. Card making stops you from eating. That's so true, Beryl. I agree. Yeah. Kylie going live every day. I wish I had time to go live every day. I've got a training program to finish. Maybe after I finish the training program. Because basically it's like I have to go live every day because I've got about 60 videos to create for my social media training to finish that off. Maybe once I finish that and I'm like, what do I do now? Then I'll let you know. Too funny. Ooh, cabbage soup. That's nice. That's very good. Oh, you've all got such great ideas. Brilliant. Love it. So yeah, I'll keep an eye out. I'll pop up. Oh yes, even a board on Pinterest would be good. Yep. No, that's so true. Yeah, sadly, the online ordering in Australia, they don't do it anymore. So I don't even know what it's like to go shopping, and then all of a sudden I'm going shopping at the worst possible time ever. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see if it all calms down. Hopefully everyone just takes a chill pill, but in Australia they're going a bit cray with the shopping. I think they're stocking up for the next year as opposed to a couple of weeks. So should we start creating together? I hope you've got your layers and you've decided what colours to use with the measurements. Shepherd's pie. Yeah, actually last night, you know what I did? I was so bad. I was like, I should be in bed. But instead I made bolognese, made some sauce. Because I thought that will be good to keep in the freezer as well. Bolognese sauce. And they didn't have any minced meat at the shop, so I grabbed some other meat and just minced it myself, which was great. Create a huge Stampin' Up wish list. Yeah, I think it could be a good idea doing it on Pinterest. I like that idea. So we are going to, let me see here. I'm going to put that one. Put it up in the corner here. I think that should be okay, just so that I can still see you. I've sort of changed a few things around in this room. I got rid of my squeaky chair. I've been remembering to get that. Oh, hello, who's this?
Hi, it's Bruno.
Hi, Bruno Bertucci.
How are you?
Great. Is that social distancing?
Look at this one.
What's this one? Oh, I love that one. Actually, thank you for reminding me because I want to share.
It's Miranda
Matson. Yeah, I've already put it on Instagram.
Great.
It's beautiful. I want to share with you some ideas of what others have done with this Scrappy Strip technique that Bruno, I think he came up with it. I don't know anyone else that's done this technique so simply. I mean, I know that we've done Starburst cards, but they seem a lot more complicated than this. He just made something that looks complicated very easy. I was like, what? That's all you did? What? Okay. So let's have a look here. I'm just going to share my screen with you. So I'm doing well. I'm almost at 4,000. I think we hit 4,600 subscribers on Instagram last night. I was like, yay! Only 4,400 to go. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. But anyway, we've got some in my stories. Like if you go to my main page, Kylie Bertucci. So we have this section here. So this will be on your mobile, of course. But I've got a little section called the Scrappy Strip Technique. I've got our projects, our random act of kindness, which actually I do have a random act of kindness here that I wanted to show. Yes, there it is. Good. I'll put that here for now. And then there's Orlando and our incentive trip there. But this Scrappy Strip Technique, there's an IGTV post, so you can click on that and you can see all our videos there. And they're different to what I do on YouTube Live. So that's fun. IGTV stands for Instagram Television, in case you haven't seen that one before. So that's a lot of fun in that little section. We've got little random act of kindness cards that came. So yeah, we're having a lot of fun trying some new things. I'm sort of moving away from, the blog is still my hub, but I figured I'm not doing as much as I need to on these platforms. So I've been working on this, which is very exciting. I'm loving the new type of platform. Even my photos, I'm keeping them really simple. I've just been taking a photo with my phone, which is great. So if you click on the Scrappy Strip Technique, it will open up all of the projects that I have made. Well, first of all, it's what Bruno made. He made this one here. And then you can go across. I think Cara was our lovely nurse that was just here. So you can see all of these beautiful cards. Heather tried this one. And after today, as long as you use the sentiment either thank you or you're amazing, like something encouraging, we'd love to highlight you too on our Instagram. So make sure that you're crafting along with us and that you either put it on your Instagram and tag us, because then I can just share the story and have your Instagram handle attached. I think that would be a lot of fun, and use the hashtag Scrappy Strip Technique. That's the hashtag we've been using. And the reason why we use that hashtag is so that you can find others that are using this technique, and it groups us all together into a Scrappy Strip Technique community. Do you like that? So, yeah, that's my one there that I did. And Kylie did this one. So many beautiful ideas from this technique. We're just so impressed with you all. Viv did this one. I love it with that paper. The mosaics. Yay, Debbie. So yeah, we're going to use it. Hopefully we can give it to our local shop. See, this one's one that we forwarded. See how it's got paper tree. So if you do it via Instagram and tag us, that's actually a lot easier, because then we're not having to upload the photo. We just go share to stories, and then hopefully you get some new followers as well, which would be fun. We can all follow each other. So this is a great little project. See, this was one by Amber, Simple Creativity by Amber. Shared that one, shared Mama Do the Stamp. So yeah, it's really good if it comes from Instagram and you've already put it on your posts. But, you know, if you don't have that, that's fine. You can just tag us on Facebook and we'll add it to the story. And that will be there forever. That doesn't go, even though these are stories, and stories normally go after 24 hours. These will be here forever because we've put it in a highlight group. So, and I've actually linked to it on my newsletter recently. Look at those. So good, Victoria. It's just beautiful. It's so pretty. Anita did these gorgeous ones. She did that one and the next one. Yep. I love it with the vellum. I think that's a really great idea for our beautiful paper that we have at the moment. Michelle did that beautiful one. I love the edge. Kay did this one. Excellent masculine card. It can be feminine. Look at this feminine one. Tracy actually cut it out. So clever, and stamped on it. Siani, she actually did it on her Instagram, so I shared her post. And same with Ellen. So yeah, it's fun. Like if you can put it on your Instagram. So there's a few more here that were direct from Instagram. Yeah, Amber Jewel, she did it direct. I love those colors. So cool. And that's Miranda's. And she's got no nudie run on her card. She did the inside as well. So that's it. Now it's moved on to new projects. So isn't that fun? So it'll sit on my little section there of Instagram, so that will be there forever. Even though they are actually stories, they will still be. And it could be that I end up highlighting it as a blog post or something like that as well, because I have all those images there, and hopefully share it on Pinterest as well. So it's really exciting. I'm really excited about this technique, and that you're all taking part in it. I think it's great for the community. It's great to get us crafting, and it's also perfect for simple stampers as well. So let's jump in and do this beautiful card. So what colors have I chosen? I have chosen Night of Navy as my base, and I'm going to do some strips with the Mint Macaron, Night of Navy, and our beautiful flowering foil. I'm like, for flowering, is it flowering foil? Yes, I think it is. I'm like, it's been so long. Now, at times, a lot of us we've already cut it down to the Love It Chop It size, which is great. It's still fine to have it at that size, because what we're going to do is we'll stick it down to our Night of Navy. I'm going to stick it down to Night of Navy because I like having, actually, I need a contrasting color because we're going to have Night of Navy. What should our contrasting color be? I don't really want Whisper White. Maybe I can use some copper. That'd be a bit fancy, but man, it would look good. No, I'm going to do copper foil. Yeah, Brenda just said, what about silver foil? I'm going to do copper foil in the background. Oh, you see me getting excited now? So I've got my foil sheets here. Hopefully we have some copper. Yes, I can see some copper. There you are. Oh, yes. And even though this is actually rose gold through this, I still find that the copper is really nice. It's a nice combo with this. Yeah, I like that. So what we'll do, I'll just see if this is going to be, because I like this size. We can cut it down afterwards, but I don't want it too small because I want to keep, oh yeah, it's a little bit smaller than the regular size, but that's okay. We'll make do with it. It's just a bit long this side. Oh, actually, I'll keep that strip there, and then maybe that's what we can use for our, I'm just trying to think which side I want to go, whether I do the strips this way. I've noticed some people are doing it in the opposite direction, which was really nice as well. But no, I think I'll do strips that way. So yeah, I'll chop that off. We can use that on the inside. If we don't end up having enough to make a little strip for the inside, we could just make another one. Just do it again. Now, what we'll do is we'll create some strips using these three. So it's going to look so hot on that foil. And I'm just going to use my little mini cutter. Yee! So cute. Come here, little cutie. And what we'll do is, basically, if you haven't seen this technique before with Bruno, what we're going to do is just literally eyeball There is no measurement required, and you're cutting it crooked. You're cutting it on an angle. It's like, oh my goodness, this is my perfect technique. How did I not come up with this one? You don't need to line it up. You don't need to measure. Thank you. This is the best. So it's almost, it feels like you can't go wrong with this. And then you just can choppy chop, choppy chop. I love the trimmer with this. We'll just do a few. But you know what? I'm going to do this whole strip and then we can just use it all later. So see how I'm just angling it? I'm going one side to the other side and just making sure that they're angled. They don't have to be too dramatic because obviously the further your angle is, then it's going to create a difference on your card. But even a slight angle makes a big difference. Now, what I love about this little trimmer, I'll show you something cool. So what you can actually do, this little plastic thing lifts up a little bit, so you can still feed it through, get your angle, and then you just hold it down on the plastic. And again, lift him up. You see, if this didn't lift, it would be really hard for this little last bit here. But because of this, we can go right to the very end. Voila! See? And I still can get that one out. Being careful of fingers, of course. So that's all of our little bits. Now, of course, we could easily blend that or like put some shading on it. Sponging. Like, what's that word? Sponging. So you could sponge it. Now we'll do the exact same thing with our other colors. And you're gonna, this one I've done a little bit bigger than my base so that it has a little bit of overhang, which is what you want. And you can hold on to your plastic part if you want it to be really secure. How cute is this little trimmer? It's loving this technique. The Scrappy Strip Technique is the technique for this trimmer. This was the job it was born to do. You have one job. There we go. So we've done our mint macaron. And then we'll do it. Now these little strips here will probably make 2 cards, maybe even 3, which is cool because you can just get the Poppy Parade layer size, chop it all down, and then you're set to go then. Oh, yeah. Yay! Now we'll get our card base. Of course, I had to pick up the dirtiest possible bone folder when I've got beautiful, gorgeous bone folders here. This is actually Kylie in real life. This is real life Kylie. This is camera Kylie. No, actually, I keep it pretty real, don't I? Oh, dear. Now, this bone folder, in case you haven't seen this before, this is just to get a nice crisp edge. And when I don't use it, I get really sad because it does make a big difference to your card fold. Especially when I'm going to take a photo. I'm like, why is this not sitting properly? It's because it hasn't been, the bone folder hasn't been used. Now, I just want to make sure I'm not missing any of your beautiful comments over here. Let's have a look. That one can go. Yeah, it does look more copper. I agree. You don't see it that way, yeah. It does say rose gold, but I definitely think it's more copper too. I agree. So what we're going to do next is start sticking. So the trick that Bruno gave us on the video was that, it's going to be it's all right if it's not too perfect. Actually, what I'll do is I'll cut this down more so that we have more wiggle room. So what we're going to do, you can stick to your same layers, but I think I'm going to cut it down to the melon mambo size. Let's have a look. Oh no, did I say flirty? Yes. Oh, that's perfect. Let's cut it down to the flirty flamingo. I did say cut it down to flirty flamingo, so just do what I said to do. Cut it down to the flirty flamingo size. So we'll do that. And then if you've got your mini cutter and you don't want to pull out your other cutter, you just put your template here. It becomes a little gauge for you to know where to chop. This we have to chop straight. And then if you're a bit worried about chopping off your template, just move it down a little bit or move it out of the way, whatever you prefer. So that I've cut down to the flirty flamingo, okay? And our card base is the Gorgeous Grape layer. And then we're going to be adding, actually, yeah, we can add another layer behind. Yeah, that's going to be our poppy. I haven't decided what color I'm going to make the poppy parade layer. But I might end up not doing any. I might just do a really thin strip of Whisper White, actually, looking at this. Yeah, I think that's going to be the winner. So let's get some Tombow, because Tombow is the best for this, because you can have a little bit of wiggle room and it dries clear. So it's a really great glue to use for this technique. And you can pick up any, like, it's so cool that you don't have to worry about what angle, like what layer is next to each other. The only thing you have to be concerned about is that your first layer or your first strip here is straight, and that just gives you a straight edge to work with. But hopefully we don't need to do any, we just cut off the edges because I've already cut it at the size that I want it to be. But if you're chopping down, of course you want a straight edge to help guide you of where to chop. But I don't think I'll need to chop with this. So I'll just alternate between each colour. And then you just come in, and I'm going to give it a good amount of space in between so that you can really see that copper pop out in between. How hot is that? Looks so good. Now, if you want it to not go too angled one way, you just switch it around. Oh, that's a bit, oh, it's so tight. We might have to cut it down even smaller. I don't have as long a strips as I would like. Oh yeah, that one looks good. My foil is very short because it's in the loveitchopit size. So if you're using the loveitchopit size, you can just cut it down even smaller so that you can use that. Yeah, having the longer angles, I'm going to go this way. The longer strips, I mean, that really helps with this technique because it gives you, see how it gives us room on both sides, and then we can line up with each layer there. I'm going to do another one of these, I think, just to mix it up. We don't want to just do, ooh, it's just fitting. Actually, I like this one here. Let's have a look at how this one fits. Yeah, that should be all right. Now, I did see that some were actually cutting it out afterwards, which was such a cool idea. So that's another technique that you can use with this one. But just make sure that your gluing is really like well done all the way across, And it may even be that you want to get a sponge dauber and daub the back so that it's even. You're covering the whole edge. Did you make me coffee? Yes. The best husband award goes to Bruno.
Hey, remember this?
Ah. I know, it looks so good, doesn't it?
She's trying to make one nicer than mine. No, it's not a competition.
Game on, Mole. Thanks, Bruno. I've always wanted a chopper like that. That makes it so easy to love it, chopper. Yeah, the mini cutter's super cute. Oh, good. You're all working. Yay, Nancy. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you all do as well. I hope you're crafting along with me. I want to do, and, you know, it may come up in the next few weeks, but I really wanted to set up a Zoom event and then have a screen where we could see all of you creating as well. Like, have it as a little corner screen on the Switcher Studio, which would be so fun. And you could all wave to each other. So that could be what comes next, because I think that would be a really nice way for us to all see each other. And you don't necessarily have to put your video on if some of you are in your pajamas, but you know what? This is called real life, people, right? So let's just craft in our pajamas and wave at each other. Yeah, do any of you ladies need a cup of tea or coffee? Because I can get it for you if you like. Oh, that's nice, Rachel. Yeah, get the girls in. So yeah, please share your creations with us and just make sure it's a thank you, or we're thinking of you, or you're amazing. And you could be thinking about some doctors or nurses. My sister's a nurse, Angelina. And she said things are going pretty well. She's on the Gold Coast. So every time she messages, I'm like, is she just trying to keep us calm? Is she just saying it to keep us calm us down? And I'm like, doing a good job, sis. Good job. Love you lots. Keep doing well. Yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking of her. So I'll probably end up sending this to her, actually. She will love this card. I'll say, thinking of you, sis. Because, yeah, it's all very much an unknown for so many people. And all of our wonderful Woolies and Coles checkout people, or any shopping centre in the US, I'm sure you know some people that need some encouragement. I rang one of my team members yesterday, and she works for, I think she's with Woolies, but she said, oh, it's so challenging because people are trying to take more than the quota, and there's like, yeah, fighting, and I'm like, oh, that would be so difficult. Like it's already a difficult time, and to have people behaving like that, it would be so hard. It's like, I hope you're getting a pay rise. Oh, Patricia. So the lovely Patricia Grangine came all the way. She was almost here in Australia. She's my friendly stalker from the Netherlands. And what's that, for Switzerland? Huh? I said Switzerland. What did I say? Netherlands. Oh, sorry, Switzerland. Yeah, she came all the way over and then had to go back before she got to Melbourne. She had a trip planned. We were going to meet up. But, you know, it worked out really well that she made the decision that she did, because then the government shut the borders here in Australia, so she wouldn't have been able to come anyway, which is just super sad. But her and her hubby Andre hopefully will get back here one day. Oh, this looks so beautiful. And I'm going to do one more strip down the bottom here. I'll do the whole lot. Oh man, this looks so good. Oops. I squished it too much because I needed to move it over. So if you get a bit of extra glue, just come in with a tissue or a wipe and just get that off. And then you've always got, hopefully you've got one of the adhesive removers because they're super handy. Stampin' Up! Don't sell them anymore, sadly. So then we just do the surgery with our mini cutter. Because normally I would get scissors for this, but the mini cutter is so perfect for cutting off these excess little bits. Oh, good, we did get glued down. So we want to get underneath here. And so all I'm going to do is run my mini cutter along the edge here. Voila. That side's all happy. So we'll go this side. See how good this mini trimmer is? So cute. Do a little bit more. And it really gets right in there, like little millimeters or 1/16 of an inch. It really gets in there. And then we've got this last little bit here. Yay! Oh, boom. Now, how much have we got left here? So as you can see, we used about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 strips. And I've spaced mine more because I really wanted that copper to pop. But isn't it cool? It's such a cool technique, Bruno. Can't wait to see what you've all done. Now, if you wanted to, you could totally stamp more here and add it to the front. I just want this to be its own hero. So I'm just going to add a really simple thank you to this. Or a thinking of you maybe. But we'll have to work out what layer I'm going to do underneath. But here, 11 we counted. So yeah, there's probably enough to do 2 here. Maybe 3 actually. So that's pretty cool. So that's all ready to go. And I can just put that, I could have like a Scrappy Strip little, what do you call it, case that I put it all in. But we can do the inside too. I'll use some of the Scrappy Strip for the inside. Now, let's have a little look of this on here. That is so pretty. Yeah, I like it that way. So what I think I'll do is, just to really make that pop, let's just see what it looks like with the Whisper White behind. I've got some here that I grabbed before. Or even, let's have a look at this one. Is it a bit busy on top of the other one? Oh, it doesn't really go because I've already cut it down. But we could do like a... Because you could even do like on the side and then have a strip. I saw someone do that. That looked really good. Or even cutting this in half. You could sort of get 2 out of it then. It's another way of doing it. And then have the paper in the background and just have half showing. So that's another way to utilize it. I'm like, what am I looking for? I need my whisper. Oh, there it is. On the floor. Everybody on the floor. There we go. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's so pretty. But I want it to be smaller. So let's see what template I have for that. That's so nice. So we used the Floaty Flamingo for the base. But what I'm going to do is use the Melon Mambo to cut around it. So let's have a look at that size. Let's come in with the little mini cutter and do Melon Mambo. So this side I can just measure. I don't need my card template. I mean, it helps me know what to cut, but I don't need it physically. And then this one, we'll do this. Yes. Beautiful. Good. Yay, Miss Jenka. Oh, that's spot on. That's exactly what I wanted. You're amazing. Yes. That is it. Boom, boom, boom. Drop the mic. So yeah, I've just done that, and that. So I didn't do it Poppy Parade in the end because I didn't like the layering. So that was the measurements I used in case you want to copy that, because I know someone was looking at Bruno's and she's like, what layers did you use? What card templates did you use? So that's what I used on mine, and that's worked out really well. And it's worked out fine for Love It Chop It. So if you use your Love It Chop It, then it just fits on with the Flirty Flamingo. You just have to be mindful how you angle it. So we'll stick that down, and then we'll choose our sentiment. So again, I love my Tombow because look how crooked that is, and then I can go wiggle, 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 and get it all looking happy. And then our beautiful layer here. Yes. Excellent. Now inside, because we don't want nudie runs, what you could do, I mean, ultimately it's good when you can just chop off the edge like Bruno did with his. But if you haven't got that, well, you could just create another one and then use just a slither of it and then keep the rest for another card. So that's a way to utilize those extra pieces. But just for the sake of time, I have a strip here that I had left over that will go really well with this card, and I'll just use that. And the best thing is you can have it like angled. You can have it like it doesn't matter if it's not cut straight, because it's like it just goes with the card. The more crooked the cut, the better. It's to match the front. Yeah, I totally meant to cut it like that. Beautiful. So that's for our inside. And then we'll do the sentiment. Now I have an idea for the sentiment. I've got one here, but whether I use it or not is another story. What time is it? Ah, Lisa Curcio's gone live. Hey, Bruno, can you check out Lisa? Lisa Curcio's gone live on our training program. I'm like, make sure you finish at 11, Kylie, so you can watch Lisa. Bruno can go on there and say hello for me. And then you just get too excited when you start crafting. Oh, no, I'm not going to use this. I am going to use definitely Night of Navy, and I'm going to do some embossing, I believe. Although the mint macaron would be lovely too. Yeah, it really is up to you. I'm going to use this one, and I think I'll use the Ornate Thanks, which is the brand new one from the Ornate Garden suite. You can only get it at the moment if you're a demonstrator, but from the, I'm just going to have thanks. From the 1st of April, you'll be able to get this as a customer. But if you really, really want it now, well, you can add it to your starter kit. Now, remember, you can line it up on your grid paper and then come in with your block. If you line up your block as well, it will make sense. But because we're going to be cutting out, it's not that big a deal anyway. And then we're going to use our static remover, Embossing Buddy. And we've got some Versamark, which basically helps the powder to stick, the embossing powder. Please don't be afraid of embossing, but I do understand because I used to be afraid of embossing, but it's not as scary as it seems, I promise. So we'll do, I think I want it along the edge here. You don't have to line it up because we're cutting it out. I've got to remind myself. That's cool. And then what other ones do we have here? Oh, that one's nice. Thanks ever so much for all you do. Thanks, my friend. What's that one? I think it's around the wrong way. You're amazing. There's some really encouraging ones on this set. Really good. Thanks for everything. Just wanted to say, oh, from the bottom of my heart. Your kindness is so loved. You made my day. Why? Why, thank you. I think I'm going to do ever so much. Thanks ever so much. And it's really cute and small. Is my chamois wet? I keep it in here and it keeps it quite moist for a bit longer, but I just do one side, although today it's both sides. We do one side just so that it doesn't get moldy, but it seems to be all good because we use it often enough. And then that can be done and can be put away instantly. Wet both sides too. Polymer loves to be moist. And then we'll do this ever so much. This one I want to put on the grid paper. Oh, that side. Actually, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to see through. So then we come underneath. I want it slightly off. Oh, look how perfect that is. It's like Stampin' Up! Designed it to go underneath like that. Oh, I think I might have missed the H, but anyway, we'll see. Oh no, perfect. It's a little bit skew-if, but I actually really like it. I'm actually very happy with it. So then we'll come in with our embossing powder. Something stuck to me. Oh, so beautiful. Ah, I think that's clear. It is too. Bummer. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it'll just disappear actually. Oh, well, that's all right. We'll do this side. I was like, that doesn't look like it's the same. Bruno Bertucci. The clear was in the embossing tray. What's the clear embossing powder doing in the embossing tray? He said sorry. Aw, now I feel bad. I love you. It's okay. I wasn't expecting that response. I expected, get lost. Or, no, that was Jessie. Jessie did that. When Jessie's not here, we blame her. we get another chance to make it straight. Oh, it's really, the light is pushing off. Oh, there we go. Yes. It's even better than the last one. So I better take this white clear embossing out and put the white in there. Because I don't even normally use this tray for anything but white. Because otherwise it gets mixed up. This is an old tray that Stampin' Up used to sell. Sadly, no longer. But you can just use paper, or I've seen people with the like an embossing bowl with a spoon. And they just use the spoon over the top. Embossing scooper. Yeah. Just make sure that that's all evenly on. You want to hit it off to get all the excess, but you don't want to hit it too hard that then you don't end up with embossing powder where you want it. And then we'll, oh, where's my, Jessie used the fan. Jessie Scott, what are you doing to me? I have to go under the table now. How's everyone going? Oh. Wow, I really had to go under the table. Oh, how do I even get up? Okay, I'm back. Love it. Now I could totally cut that out with dies, but I'm just going to use my mini trimmer. Mini trimmer time. Where did I put you? There you are. So you can just eyeball it with this little trimmer, which is awesome. So you can line it up there. So I can actually see here that it's a little bit, although I want it to, wonder if we can go, yeah, I think I'll go wider. I'm going to cut it on a bit of an angle here. Because I did see that on one of the girls and it looked awesome with this technique. Look at that. Now, the only thing I don't like is that it's going to fight with what's already on here. So what I'll do is cover one of the navy sections so that it's like, it's not, oh yeah, I like that part there, because see how it's the opposite. Yeah. Might just cut it a little bit more so it's not as big up the top here. So I could do that one, and I think I'm going to cut it off a little bit there too so that it's closer to the edge, and then do it the same size of as the Flirty Flamingo. I do like that though. It almost looks like it could be part of this, so that would be a lot of fun, is if you designed it to have, like where you do this, it's your actual sentiment on the card. That would be very fun. Just looking at that going, can I fit a sentiment here? Because that would be awesome. It just stays on the card. Anyway, we'll do that one. because it's still pretty. I wonder if, let's have a look. I want to see if the thanks fits in. I don't think it's going to be the right size for it. Ooh, can we do it? Yes, we can. I'm going to try it because even if it doesn't work on here, I can cover it. I've got a backup. I've got my backup. So we'll use our little embossing buddy. And if you really wanted to sort of, you know, if you're afraid, oh, what if it's not going to fit, you could actually cut a piece that pretty much covers that section and then glue it on top. But we can just glue over the top of it if it doesn't work. Either way. Sorry for my head showing. It's like, oh, cool, we're seeing Kylie's head. Oh, thanks, Dottie. You sound like Jessie. Jessie's like, ugh, you always leave your coffee till it goes cold. And she saw a thing on Amazon or something that was like a coffee warmer. And you sit your coffee on it and it keeps your coffee warm. Is everyone having fun? Someone asked when you use clear. Yeah, clear is awesome. Especially if you use clear on, like if you use Whisper White, sponge it all with heaps of colours. Then you use clear over the top and then you brayer or like sponge over the top. And then that's the like Technicolor. Because then all the colours that you've sponged underneath show up. I wonder if there's a way to... Yeah, you could probably emboss on designer series paper and then brayer over the top of the paper. Has anyone ever tried that? I don't think I've ever tried it. I should give it a go. Yeah, totally, Suzanne. We're going to be doing lots of play dates like this because I don't just want to create, I want to create with you. And I was like, why haven't I done this before? Where I give you the card template measurements and then we create together. It's the best. I'm loving it. And I know a lot of you aren't getting to go to your craft events. And so this is like almost the next best thing. Oh my goodness. Do you know how good this looks? I haven't even embossed it yet, and I know it's going to look amazing. It seriously just fits in. Boom. You need a class on clear. All right, yeah, we'll do a class on clear. Yay! I'm really happy with that. Thanks, Bruno Bertucci. That is really, really beautiful. Just, I put my bit of nail polish on here. I flicked it too hard. I wonder if the adhesive remover will take it off. The adhesive remover removes everything. bomb. We need to sandbox it and bring it back. Yes, it removed it. Yay! I really love this card. I had no idea. I was like last night, I really should plan my card and work out what I'm going to make. And I'm like, I'll work it out in the morning. Some epiphany will hit me while I'm live. I'm so bad. But I know all of you love watching me create and come up with ideas. So I'm like, oh, well, even if we just make it up together. And then hopefully it helps you with ideas too. You're like, just be brave. You just do it. Drop the mic. Boom. So here we go. Yay! I'm very excited about that. It's so cool. I really like doing the sentiment on there. That's really fun. And I like how, like, when you swap sides, how it has, like, that starburst effect. Like, this is actually very much, like, the way that it's back and forwards. I think it's created this, like, whee! But depending on which way you turn them will depend on which way it leans. Like this one here. It's kind of starburst up the top, but then sort of flattens out at the bottom. So I love how the different designs come out a different way. Yeah, it was nice to use the foil. I was very happy to use my foil. It's a bit fancy. Yeah, but this is more like, this to me is more like, oh, you know what I'm going to add? I've been wanting to add these on. Where are they? I saw them yesterday. I'm like, I want to use them. Yes, here they are. The gilded gems. I think they'll be all right. They're gold, but let's have a look next to it. I could probably put a couple of these on. Yeah, I reckon they work. Let's test it out. Let's give it a whirl. So what I'll do is I'll have the little ones here. I usually just eyeball it. I'm like, do I like it here? Yes. Oh. And I always like to do an odd amount. So we've got 2, 4, and then I like to do one more. So I might do one next to the thanks actually, but I'll just do a little one because I feel like it overpowered it with the big one. Yes. Oh, sorry, you went on. Let me show you what I just did. So I added 2 here, 2 here, and then 1 here. I think I might even add some up the top there. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, Bruno started a phenomenon. Oh, yes. I've been wanting to use them. I'm very excited. So even though they're gold, I really like that. Yeah. I'll just go full screen so you can see it. There you go. Sorry about not showing me putting it down, but anyway, you got to see it the second time. So I really like that. done. Yeah. Excellent. I'm reading all the comments. So if you are following on YouTube, please give us a like. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. We will have plenty more of these little crafting sessions together. And please make sure that you share your photos with us. As I mentioned, it's great if you can put it on Instagram and then just tag us. Now, the way that you tag us is you put the little @ symbol. I'll show you here so that you can see exactly how you do it. Say, for instance, let's do a little search now, and I'll show you what I do. So if we do a little search and I say, and I'll show you how to do the hashtags too. So oh, we've got 13 posts for the Scrappy Strip Technique. Isn't that cool? So that's how the hashtag comes up. You can put it in the search and then you click on here. Ooh, here's a new one. Ah, that's nice, Tamara. So let's do Tamara's. So I'm going to share hers. So if I go like this, actually it's not going to do it on here unless I turn it into, I've got to make it pretend it's a mobile. I can't do it on this one, but I can do it on the Mac section. Sorry, just talk among yourselves. Let's do Instagram, the Insta. I finished it, Jessie. I never finished it either. So what did we search for again? We did the Scrappy Strip Technique. Come on, little one. Simple stamping. There it is. I've got a quick key. I've done a SSTHT and that brings up Scrappy Strip Technique. Wow, it's really slow. I'll shut these down. Time to move your body. Whoa, it's really having a hissy fit. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so we'll go to our 13 posts and see how I can search by using this hashtag. So it brings up other people's projects that they've done. So make sure you share it on Instagram. If you haven't done it before, this is a great way to do it. And then I click on here. Thanks for doing this, Tamara. And add a comment, like you're all at home. This is a great way to go. Love it. Thanks for making a card using Bruno's technique. So I post that. Now I have to go to mobile mode so that I can show you what I do when you I'm making it pretend it's a mobile. I said pretend you're a mobile. So now hopefully it will let me share it to my story. It's not letting me share. Anyway, I'll do it afterwards because it must be the fact that it's on the computer that it's not letting me share. No. I tried, But I'll do that tomorrow. After I finish this with Tamara, I'll send it to my story and pop her up. So yeah, just by using the hashtag or even mentioning me, like see how she's got here, Kylie Bertucci. Oh no, that's me, what I wrote. But if you want to tag me, you just write, like start typing my name and see how it has Kylie Bertucci. What's that one? I don't know who that person is. I did not know there was another Kylie Bertucci in the world. But yeah, so SU demonstrator. And then if you do that, the little @ symbol and then my name, then it will tag me and then I'll know. But in order to be highlighted, it needs to be a thank you or an encouragement card. Okay? They are the sentiments I'm looking for to keep us encouraged, and like I really like that encouragement. Thinking of you, brighter days ahead. Really nice, Tamara. So thank you all so much for being here. I've just seen another one here as well. I haven't seen this one. Oh, Anita did it 9 minutes ago. So I'll highlight her and put it on my story. She's done a hashtag Bruno Bertucci. But if you do the @ symbol and then my name and tag me with the @ symbol, but definitely use the Scrappy Strip Technique hashtag. And then you saw how I did a search up the top there. It's still got that little hashtag there. And you can see how it enables me to search for that technique too. So it's a great way to keep us all together. So we'll follow this, right? I want to see every person that uses this Scrappy Strip technique. I'm going to follow those posts. There's 13 at the moment, but the minute anyone uses that hashtag, then I'm going to see it come up here. Oh, here's another one. Oh, that's beautiful. Virtual crafting. I love it. That's so cool, Joe. Yep, we're going to do some virtual crafting. We'll be doing more of it too. So there you go. All the best with that, everyone. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do. And thank you so much for being here. We will be back again very soon. And hopefully there might even be another crafting session. So just keep an eye on our blog, on Instagram, Facebook. I'll post it everywhere so that you don't miss it. Even send out a newsletter. And hopefully we can do something with Zoom. At the moment, the maximum I can have, though, is 100 people. So it might be that only 100 people get to go into the Zoom meeting, but you can still come live. Like, it'll just be a way to show your video to each other and wave to one another. And you can even chat through the Zoom meeting as well, which would be a lot of fun and a great way to connect with everyone. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully by next week I'll have that all sorted so that we can have like a dual, like we'll have the live event, but then also the Zoom event as well. So that will be a lot of fun. Yay! And if you want, you can send me a message via Instagram too. If you think, oh, I don't know if Kylie will see this, but as long as you use the @ symbol, Kylie Bertucci, or the hashtag Scrappy Strip, I'm going to get a notification on Instagram. So that's the easiest way to get it to me. But if you're not on Instagram, now's the time to get on and post your cards. Thank you all very much for your support and big hugs. We're thinking of you. We love you, and we know that it's stressful times, but just keep yourself busy. Don't stress too much about things that you can't control. Just do what you can, and remember, we don't need a lot of food to survive. I've got lots of extra energy here. I'm hoping my arms will go down. This is a time I need to be losing weight, not putting it on. So yes, look after yourselves, keep healthy. Big hugs to your virtual hugs to your loved ones. And I really, really hope that we get to see the end of this soon. But if not, we'll just ride the wave for now and take a day at a time. So we shall see you all very, very soon. Mwah! Mwah! And you're like that? I'm staying away from my mouth. Bye. Bye, everyone. See you soon. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see what you've all done. Bye. Thanks, Bruno.